Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Johnny Depp speaks out about cancel culture. And I tell you what, when I read his quotes yesterday, I was surprised how blatant he was about this situation. But I think he's had enough. What's happened to him is despicable, but unfortunately, he got married to a piranha and wasn't willing to fight with his sharp teeth, and he wasn't smart enough to walk away when the going was good, because when you're fighting against a piranha, you've got to fight on their terms, on their rules, basically using no rules and no morals. Johnny Depp claims no one is safe in cancel culture. The Hollywood actor addressed his fall within the film industry during a press conference at the San Sebastian Film Festival by Ethan Vlessing of The Hollywood Reporter. Johnny Depp took aim at cancel culture and described it as being so far out of hand while discussing his fall from grace in Hollywood during an appearance at the San Sebastian Film Festival. It's a complex situation, Depp said, because it can be seen as an event in history that lasted for however long it lasted for. This cancel culture, or this instant rush to judgment based on essentially what amounts to polluted air that's exhaled, Depp told the press at the Spanish festival. The actor was speaking in the wake of his libel case against British tabloid The Sun, which characterised Depp as a wife-beater as it related to the treatment of ex-wife Amber Heard. He lost that court case and subsequently did not appear in the third entry in the Warner Bros. Fantastic Beasts franchise. The British court ruled in the paper's favour, with the judge saying there was substantial evidence, including Heard's restraining order against Depp, to suggest he had been abusive towards her and that she feared for her life. That's a good one. That's a good one. The problem is, and the problem Johnny has here, and this is I'm alleging this, I'm not saying this is a fact, this is just my opinion and the opinion of me here on Movies TV Mad. I believe they both took swings at each other, and this is the problem with him challenging The Sun and, creating a libel case over it. That's the problem. This was clearly a very toxic relationship. By the way, just my opinion. I don't know it to be fact or anything like that. Do I feel safe myself? Yeah, I do, because it's important when you're faced with something as mind-boggling, bewildering, that sort of things hits you from many angles. Depp continued, but the actor said cancel culture as a movement is so far out of hand now that I can promise you that no one is safe. Not one of you, no one out that door, no one is safe as long as someone is willing to say one sentence. San Sebastian honoured Depp with its Donostian Award, a lifetime achievement honour that recognises outstanding contributions to the film world. Despite that attention from the European festival, Depp argued that one accusation can lead to a career ruin. To no more ground, the carpet has been pulled. It's not just me that this has happened to. It's happened to a lot of people. He added, nobody out there, we don't know what anyone is thinking at any moment, but I believe that no one is safe. But if you are armed with the truth, that's all you need. It doesn't matter if a judgment per se has taken some artistic license. Depp also told the festival presser that Hollywood had become too commercial for his cinematic taste. Now, this is something me and him definitely agree on. And I say this to you guys and girls and everybody else, no matter how you identify as this is the problem. These are the problems that I've identified in Hollywood. It's no fun being a geek and a nerd anymore, is it? From my point of view, as someone who does take part in the creation and collaboration of making cinema, how much more formula do we need from the likes of studios? How much more condensation as an audience do we need with regard to, okay folks, we're now going to hit you with the whole plot of the story every 20 minutes. I think that Hollywood has grotesquely underestimated the audience, he argued. He's right. They're insulting us with bad storytelling, badly executed, we know that. Depp added that many say this again. Depp added that many families were turning to streaming platforms because they could no longer afford a night out for dinner and a movie at the multiplex. So I think the Hollywood movie machine has a few design flaws that they're just realizing. I'm glad I saw them coming personally. And this is just brilliant. That's the article. And what he just said about the cinematic system, but it actually goes deeper than that, because even the streaming stuff isn't really of a high quality. I mean, there are some good things out there. There's some good things on Netflix and Amazon Prime, but mostly, I don't watch most of the modern stuff being made today. I mean, you know, we have to be honest about it. What Johnny Depp said about the industry there is bang on, and he's not keeping quiet anymore. Now, in terms of the stuff with Amber Heard, you see, he's talking about cancel culture, and the authors and the judges and the presidents and prime ministers of cancel culture deny of its existence. But they would do, wouldn't they? But it does exist. But Johnny Depp isn't out on his ear in the film industry because of something he said. He was in a toxic marriage to someone who married him because he was Johnny Depp. She sucked him dry, she got a name, she got a career, then she started doing whatever she was doing. We know, I don't want to go into it, right? It was a toxic relationship. Clearly, she isn't a very nice person. I wouldn't kick her out of bed on a cold night. I mean, I like her badly, don't get me wrong. I certainly wouldn't marry her. So, what were Johnny Depp's mistakes in this whole situation? Johnny Depp wanted justice. Johnny Depp wanted to equal the score. It was never going to happen against this woman. Women like this, these are the kind of women that we see in our soap operas. Kim Tate, Alexis Colby from Dynasty, these kind of 80s soaps women that will do anything to gain power, and they don't care who they destroy to do it. Bloody hell, I'm getting excited just talking about them. But the point being, when he divorced her, he should have divorced her clean. Whatever she took from him, doesn't matter. Walked away and started again and forget about it. Wasn't it one of those conversations where he bugged her, where she said, if you just walk away and leave it alone, then I'll leave it alone as well. But he didn't do that. He should have been intelligent enough and not so naive to think he could win this. His biggest mistake? The libel case in what the Sun said about him? No, I don't believe that Johnny Depp is a wife beater, to say a bully, someone victimising a woman. I believe he was in a very toxic relationship where he was pushed to extremes. She went for him, he went for her. My opinion, it's not fact. I'm not saying it's fact. Please understand me, it's just my opinion. I love Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is one of the finest actors I have ever seen. I'm very sorry that this has happened to him. But this is not normal everyday cancel culture. I'm afraid Johnny was duped by Piranha, and he wasn't willing to fight on her level and her terms, and ultimately she won and she destroyed him. Will he ever be able to unravel this and prove to the world what she really is? I don't know. Right now, she has a small career and he has a nothing career. I'm sure there's someone out there willing to do a film with him. Or maybe he'll start writing, directing and starring in his own film. Maybe he'll create his own production company. I mean, maybe he'll have to do something outside of the Hollywood system. This is not a bad dude. This is a dude that got involved with a wrong person, and that's a shame, and I feel bad for him, but it's not like he said something and he was cancelled over it. But let's be honest, that happened to J.K. Rowling, and what happened to Joe is bad, but then Joe is also a social justice warrior. She's one of the people who will cancel you over something that you've said, and she made a huge statement that she was cancelled for. I don't know enough about that subject matter to say if she's right or wrong, but I will fight for her right to be able to say that kind of thing. We are in social media now. It doesn't matter how popular or unpopular or how unknown or how irrelevant or relevant you are, what we say gets seen all the time. So I believe that Johnny Depp will rebuild his career, but he should have just had a clean break from Heard, because you just don't mess around with people like that. I'm Mick. This has been another video from one of the best YouTube channels that nobody's ever heard of. Remember to like, share and subscribe. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives, and I will see you again in the next video. Until then, goodbye.